So what do you do when you're getting lied on? People lie on people every day. I'm getting lied on right now. Let's talk about it.
Oh, it's good. Good and terrible.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka yo boy Brotha T, here with another one. So we like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Remember, I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things. Today, we're going to talk about what to do when people lie on you. Man, like I said in the intro, we get lied on every day. Somewhere, somebody's lying on you right now. I know reputation is very important, right? So you don't want your reputation tarnished, right? Even if you're in a relationship or marriage, when that marriage ends up breaking up, you don't want the other person to go and make Facebook accounts and all these other social media and go down these avenues to smear you. Because when you're in a marriage or a relationship, you guys know each other's weaknesses. You know each other's, strengths. You know there's some things that you did you shouldn't have done. And then you know the other side, there's some things they shouldn't have done as well. But sometimes a relationship or a marriage ends and one person takes it upon themselves to blatantly lie on the other person. You have situations where, let's say, for instance, a marriage is dissolved and the wife goes over here with the kids. Sometimes she'll portray the husband as a deadbeat father. What they're trying to do is they're trying to sway public opinion. Sometimes if you sway public opinion, you take all of the attention off of you and what you're not doing or what you have not done. Very slick maneuver. So be very aware of this. If you see somebody and you know that they were together with another person for a certain amount of time and they break up, and then all of a sudden that one person was a terrible individual, they're a monster, they're controlling, they're this and they're that, they're not doing anything, and you've known these people for years and that person has never been that way, then that person could be lying to you. And shout out to all the people that believe lies, right? Because you probably want to. In that certain scenario that I just named, sometimes people would just believe that she's telling the truth because, black fathers are terrible out here. So it has to be true. He's just another deadbeat, right? When the CDC puts out a report on black men saying they are the best fathers, I wish I was lying about that. They really put out that report. I'll put it right there on the screen. You see that? They did a whole report on it. Why are we still going on with these lies? Why are we believing the lies? My speculation is that we want to believe the lies, right? We want to. Some of us have anecdotal, experiences with our fathers, right? So we'll have a bad experience and we'll just think that all of them are like that. It's not true. What would it gain for this person to lie on you like this? They'll gain the support of the people around them, especially if they were the ones doing dirt. If they were the ones doing dirt and they know people are going to question it and they know people are going to say, well, why did you break up with that? That person was a pretty good person. Oh, man, I got to come up with something. They're this and they're that and they never did this and they never did. It's easy, especially when most of the opinions are saying that you're supposed to be this person. You're supposed to be a deadbeat. You're supposed to be not take care of your family. You're supposed to be this and that. So it's easier to, believe it, right? And sometimes that goes vice versa, right? If a husband leaves a wife and he says this and that about her and he's talking too much, thou thus protesteth too much. Is that how it goes? Like if he's talking too much, either person, if they're talking too much about what the other person wasn't or what the other person did, and they did it too much and they're doing it too much and they're posting, you seeing this constant, you know who the problem was in that relationship. What do you do about it, though? You ask me, Brother T. Well, what do I do about it? Man, I'm getting lied on every day. Hold it. And you'll say that makes no sense. But yes, it does make sense. Because how you combat that is by living your best life. Don't get in the mud with the pigs, right? Don't subject yourself to firing back and going back and forth, because that only makes things more messy, especially if you have people involved like family members or children or anything like that. It can make things way more messy if you try to combat it and you're going back and forth. What I need you to do, man or woman out there, I need you to concentrate on your life. Look at your life as a storybook, right? You read through the stories. You start from chapter 1, right? Let's say you're on chapter 12 of your life. You can flip back to chapter 6 to see what's there. But if you go back and start reading from chapter 6 again, then you've just ignored chapters 7 through 12. Does that make sense? Don't rewrite chapter 6. Stop living in those lies. Whatever moment that person, if they want to lie on you, let them lie to their blue in the face. When people see you living your best life out here and they see that that person is stuck where they've been since whatever happened, then let that be the reason. Let that person be who they are, and then you become the best version of you. Once you become the best version of you and you start writing your story, and you continue to write your story starting from chapter 12 instead of living in chapter 6, then that's when you realize that so much stuff that we do, so many things that we get involved in and tangled up in, is meaningless. You'll start to understand that it's about where you're going more than where you were then. I want you to move on with your life. Move to the next chapter in your book. You are the main character. If you don't progress, then that main character can't get to the end of that story. I don't want you to end life. I don't want you to lose breath when you're still at the beginning of your story. I want your trajectory to end, right? Your whole story arc to end. I want you to become a complete person. And you can't do that if you focused on what everybody else is talking about. I want you to focus on what you have to do in life. I want you to focus on what you can do in life. I want you to focus on your impact on the people around you. I want you to focus on what you have to offer to this world. Don't worry about what people are saying. Don't worry about it unless it's true. Now, if it's true and that's you, then yeah, you need to, own up to it, own it, move on. But if it's not true, ignore it. Act like it doesn't exist, because some people are going to think bad about you anyway. So they're going to believe what that other person's saying because subconsciously they wanted to believe it in the first place. But if you know who you are, if you're secure in who you are as a person, if you're secure on where you're going in the future, I want you to stay on path. I want you to do what you have to do to get to the end of your story, period, the end. I know I got a little hype right there. I started preaching. I'm about to pass around the plate in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if you listen to what I'm saying and you want to ignore it and you want to just do what you want to do and you don't want to ignore the lies, if you want to go back and forth, I have one thing to say to you, Mike.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
That's not all I have to say to you. We have to transform who we are as people. We need to stop worrying about what people are saying from day to day about us and to us. We need to focus on what we have to do. In other words, Yoda,
you must unlearn what you have learned.
So this is your man, Brother T. I enjoy talking to you. Hopefully I motivated you. If you're getting lied on out there, hopefully I gave you a couple of tools that you can use to get on and not worry about it. Continue telling your story, because the people that are listening to those lies and believing them, eventually they're going to see you do all these great things and they're going to say, I don't know, I'm starting to think a little bit different. This is your man, Terry Wilson. I'm out of here. Peace.